Hi folks, I'm working for 10 days in China, and during the weekend I decided to rent a bicycle and come to the Jiangxi and Anhui provinces, which are known for having some of the most immaculate and beautiful countryside in all of China. I'm now in one of the villages of this area, and if you keep watching you'll soon find out what is the amazing place behind me. And now let's go. I am at the Hefei train station. I'm going to take a high-speed train about 30 minutes to Huangshan City. From there to the bicycle shop. I just learned that it's going to be a mountain bike. I was opening a road bike and doing a long tour, so maybe I need to change a bit my plans for the weekend. Here I am at the giant bicycle store. Here is the beast. They don't even have any road bike. They only have mountain bikes in the shop. And here starts. The bicycle is under me. Here it is. And now I book an hotel somewhere. Driving toward the hotel through this city of Huangshan. I took the hotel right in the middle of the old street. I think it's called Jiangxi. Here's the main old street of Huangshan. There's basically nobody around. It's Friday evening, but maybe this is not party time here. A lady sent me through this small street. Curious to see if she understood really what I'm looking for. Okay, this looks nice. Okay. Maybe this is okay. Thank you, 谢谢. No problem. Here's the lady. No, not Chinese, sorry.
This is the room you booked.
Yeah.
It's free. Fruit and some tea and snacks.
This is the room. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I have difficulties usually in Europe to find a room as nice as this one. Found a small restaurant here in Tuxi, in the old street, to have some noodles, quick dinner, and then in bed tomorrow morning I wake up early. Around 6:30 in the morning and I'm getting going now. The city is still absolutely and completely desert, nobody here. It's also raining a little bit, I was not expecting it. But bye Huangshan, I hope to be back here tomorrow evening, all healthy and in one piece. Got out of town now. The bicycle is really slow, much slower than I even expected. I'm not used to go on a mountain bike. And here I get some tea plantations. Pretty awesome right now. There is a river down there with high banks. Absolutely awesome rural ride right now. The stretch is wonderful. It's not even the most famous countryside of this whole area. About 4 kilometers ago I followed the Chinese version of Google Maps and I got into this road. Absolutely beautiful, but a little bit isolated. Hopefully nothing happens. I escaped some dogs. Fortunately they followed me for a good 100 meters. Got up to this 400 meters elevation gain climb that finished back there, and the next valley opens up. Nothing in the horizon, but there should be a village about 20 kilometers from here in that direction. Also the sun came out and the road is now going down from the peak around this small stream. Very idyllic scenery. Back there also a tea plantation in the middle of this very isolated valley. I'm now 65 kilometers into my ride, and since I started I didn't find a single shop with something to eat or to drink. Still okay, but I will need to get something soon. And I'm now in the Wuyuan scenic area. There should be many nice villages, nice views. I'm at a small stand here now in this Wuyuan scenic area. I ordered some good noodles. The whole road is dotted by these beautiful villages. And all these villages, they are in between rice paddies, like this one here. We are caught in a little village party here, in the middle of I wonder what I think to see a guy like me on a bicycle on this small road. Absolutely fantastic ride in all of this region. There's a road, but it is completely desert except the occasional e-scooter, and otherwise it's one string of picture perfect small village after the other. I'm taking a break in one of these middle of nowhere villages, and I took these 3 bottles here, Sprite, orange juice and water, and it was 9 yuan, which is €1. stopping out in one of these villages along this route. I gave up trying to remember the names, and it feels really like 100 years ago. I asked this young guy to prepare something. Let's see what he surprises me with. In the meantime, I looked this little corner of rural China. Here there is a lady, I think she's the tailor of the village. There's another small eating restaurant just next to me. This is quite interesting. I think it's another, I think it's a tailor. So they have clothes, sewing machines, I see, back there. And then I saw, I drove by before, there is of course the hairdresser of the village. There he is. And I see that it's not the boy, but the mother that is doing her magic. Let's see what she comes up with. And it's gonna be fried noodles. I'm now leaving this village, but I would like to note that for my fried noodles, 3 bottles, 1 of water and 2 of soft drinks, it was 20 yuan, which is basically €2.50. Chasing a bamboo truck right now. This is the first larger village since I left the hotel, and also is the place where we hitchhiked to last year with my daughters when we went to see the Wulong Canyon, and we had to leave the Wulong Canyon, but there was no taxi getting there, so we hitchhiked our way to this village, from where we then took a taxi. Absolutely awesome evening light between the rice paddies and these traditional villages. I just booked an hotel in Yaoli, which is about 45 kilometers, 2 hours away. Sunset it also in about 2 hours. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Photo, picture, okay. Gee. So the boys here just saw me doing this stupid video and decided that they wanted to, to take a picture with me. Absolutely incredible view here. There's a village all contained in the bank of this river. It's a bit late, I only have 1 hour of sunshine and still 25 kilometers to go with 400 meters of altitude gain. Made it up of this 500 meter elevation gain climb. It's 7:08 and the sunset here is in 8 minutes. I still have like about 10-15 kilometers to go, but they are downhill, so if I'm fast I should do it in maybe half an hour or 25 minutes. Still 4 kilometers to go and it's getting dark, but the landscape in front of me is beautiful with the hills of all the different shades. Here I am in Yaoli at dark. The screen looks much more lit up than the reality. It's very dark. And here is the old town. My hotel should be somewhere in there. Here I am. The hotel should be right here in the center. Yes, here's the place. I'm doing my check-in here. No, it's in this direction. The gentleman was doing here. Here it is. Ciao. Here I made it. It's a hotel in the very center of Yaoli. It's the only nice hotel that there is in town. I'm in this small center of Yaoli for dinner, and I decided to do something a bit different than the usual Chinese dishes, like the one back there. There are 5 restaurants that they all look exactly the same. Some Google fried chicken, let's say the Chinese version of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Here is the desert early morning Yaoli, the name of this village. The lady was already up and she wanted to give me her breakfast. I'm not sure if I'm gonna eat it. What she gave me for breakfast is this thing. I'm just curious to see what's inside. It's sticky. It's a kind of rice. Ah, it's a banana. Banana with rice, I think. No, I'm not sure. Not my cup of tea. I am on one of the bridges that crosses Yaoli over the river, and there are some ladies that are cleaning clothes. This is something, in all honesty, that I was not expecting to see nowadays. Those are the first mountains I need to cross today. I think it should be the only climb actually for the day. I'm taking a quick break along the way up, and I see the first cyclist with a nice road bike. Here I am at the top of this small climb, should be about 800 meters of elevation, with a wonderful landscape on that direction. And here the cyclists. Hello, hi, hi.
Hi.
Absolutely exhilarating descent from this small mountain pass. The views are fantastic in the middle of tea plantations and bamboo forest, and then here I also got the waterfall on the way. Small village on the way. There is a guy with local produce. I think I saw some grapes. I spoke with the lady. This is tea, and the whole region is a tea plantation region. Fourth time that I'm so popular that they asked to take pictures with me. I'm riding now between infinite fields of tea plantations on both sides. There's a brown touristic sign that says Camel Peak Viewpoint. I think there's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be a trash photo spot, but okay, I'm curious to see what it is. Got to the end of this unpaved road, and this trail started. I guess that the spot is probably these rocks behind here. Going more higher up, it may look like a camel. I'm now getting to Qiyun Shan, which is a place where I went with my daughters last year during the China trip, and it is one of the most beautiful places, the one that I remember the most. I'm gonna spend a couple of hours here. It's a sacred mountains with temples. I'm taking a cable car to go up the mountains, and exactly like last year, there was not one single tourist then, not one single tourist today. And this is an absolutely amazing site. It's a Taoist sacred mountain where there's a whole number of temples built in the rocks. And here is a pretty amazing spot with houses built right on the cliffs. And I'm having some lunch here on Qiyun Shan mountain. And last year I was here with my daughters, and I came to eat exactly in this place, and I got exactly the same food. This is one of the most amazing places of this Qiyun Shan mountain. This is probably the most beautiful of all the temples that are around here. I'm walking now on the back side of the mountain compared to the direction where everybody comes from and where the cable car goes up the mountain, and it seems nobody comes on this side. Sitting now in the pavilion that is at the top, at the highest point of the Qiyun Shan mountain. It's about 580 meters over the sea. One of the last views of this amazing place. It's one that I've liked the most of the few that I've seen here in China. Also because there are very few tourists. I'm leaving now Qiyun Shan, and I have about 35 kilometers to the city where I rented a bicycle. I think there is absolutely nothing between here and there, and also I need to drive directly if I want to take a train. I need to train, so I think next stop is directly at the bicycle stop. Got back to Huangshan, and I saw the biggest pitch that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's quite big, and I couldn't resist. Like where I started, the giant shop, the food is absolutely fantastic, absolutely an ideal stretch to do by bicycle. I think it's pretty much for everybody. There are some hills up to 300-400 meters, but nothing spectacular. And I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.